tradition of Jackson State, but we're also blazing new trails here. And to see the families here, to see, over 300 plus kids here, over 100 coaches here, this is big. This is big for Jackson State University. It's big for the vision of the university, and it shows where we're going as a university, and it shows where we're going as the athletic department and where we're taking the program. And these are some of the things that you use to change the culture. These are some of the things that you use to involve the community. And those are big, really, really big to me.
Speaking of athletic department, you're not just over football, you're over all athletics.
That's right.
And we had a wonderful spring.
Yes.
We had a wonderful spring, man. The sports really showed out, from women's basketball all the way through that tremendous run with the baseball team. Man, where do we go from here? What are we looking forward to the fall under your leadership and these student athletes?
I think we continue to grow, continue to grow our programs. The spring was definitely a peak of where we're going, to show people that, hey, we had 3 teams to go undefeated in the conference. Mm-hmm. We had 2 or 3 teams to lose 1 or 2 games in the conference. You're talking about with division championships and conference championships and tournament championships. You're talking about 8 championships, which is really, really good during a pandemic year, a COVID year. And the good part about it, teams are very, very young.
Yes.
All our teams are really, really young. It shows the passion of our coaches. But one thing I want to point out in all 16 of our programs, when you talk about being successful, you talk about winning championships, you're talking about graduating student athletes, we got some great head coaches here at Jackson State University. They really, really take their job very, very seriously. Very passionate coaches that work to build their student athletes, do a great job recruiting, a great job on their day-to-day being consistent. As you know, athletics is all about being consistent. Mm-hmm. And as I watch them and go to practices and see the things that they do on a day-to-day basis from 6 or 7 in the morning to 6 or 7 at night as coaches, it shows why, we have success. And then when you go back and look at the athletes that we have here, we have some great athletes on and off the field. Mm-hmm. Graduation rates are 88%, doing a great job in the classroom. But it's great now as an athletic director. I can say, hey, we graduate student athletes. We got a great APR, and we winning championships.
Yes,
and that's what Jackson State tradition is all about. That's what it's all about. But you know what? This is when the work really starts. I tell people, June and July. People talking about it's vacation time. Now it's 5 to 7 things that we got to do differently that we did from last year to continue to grow our program. When you have success, people tend to get relaxed.
Yes.
And now's the time to be aggressive. I'm very, very aggressive right now. We got a lot of new things that are coming apart with the new name, likeness, and image deal. Got some things that we're, about to launch in the next month to make sure our student athletes get that support.
And y'all are here first on the pregame show.
So, it's a lot of things that we're looking to do different, with our Tiger Network, all about that and making sure our fans can see us, whether you're at the game or not. And doing some different things, in our media department, our academic department. We're going to add some advisors to support, our all our athletes to make sure that we stay on par. It's not all about the success, but it's all about staying successful and being consistent.
Sustaining it.
So sustaining is what we're doing right now. So right now we're working our butts off, working on policies and procedures to upgrade them, working on our new COVID manuals. We have to update that now. We still have to test and do some things to make sure our student athletes are safe. So we're looking to put a lot of things in place this year. So when we get to August, our coaches can focus on, their student athletes and their sports. So we're doing a lot of planning, my staff, really, really good staff, really good administration, executive staff, academics, compliance, from equipment to strength and conditioning. I mean, it takes all of those to have a really, really good athletic department. And those day-to-day areas are really, really key when you're supporting your coaches and your student athletes. So the work starts now. No vacation for us. We're on par. We got a lot of work to do. And I tell people all the time, they talk about the success of Jackson State. And I say, I'm going to remind you of something. I ain't just fly here.
No.
I'm from here.
Yeah.
So I know how passionate our fans is. I know what we have to do here at Jackson State University, and I understand the culture and tradition of Jackson State. And I tell people all the time, we're doing really, really well. But remember, I work at Jackson State University. So we continue to work and continue to do the things to make sure that, we keep our department and we keep our student athletes, up to part of what we're doing on a day-to-day basis. So it's very, very exciting. It's very exciting.
Man.
sometimes at night, I sit up, Charles and Nilly, and I sit up and I just, I just look in the air and I just dream. And I said, man, you know what? You can go out and get all experience in the world, but it's nothing like bringing it back home. I mean, this is more than a job to me. This is personal.
Yeah.
Very, very personal.
And it shows up, brother AD, because you're one of those ADs, man. The student athletes know you. Not just the coaches, the head coaches, the assistant coaches know you. Everybody knows that you put the student athletes first. If it's good for them, you're going to do everything you can to make it happen. You give the coaches the resources they need to do their job. You hold them accountable when they don't do their job. Everybody knows Ashley Robinson as the AD. It really has the backs of the people that he's got. It's totally team atmosphere. And I want to tell you this. On behalf of myself and Charles and even my daughter Alexis, who helped produce the show, man, the way your athletic department works with this program, so that we can share information to our fan base. Because like you said, everybody can't come to a game.
Right.
Logistically, we have alums all over the world, but they're able to tune in and hear stuff and get it firsthand and hear from you, hear from your coaches, because you have opened the doors to this athletic program. I've had folks approach me and say, hey, man, you think you can I need to talk to Ash about something. Man, go up to the AC.
Right.
Like, he ain't hiding.
Right.
The door is open, you know.
Right.
And so I just want to tell you, man, as an alum, as a supporter, as co-host of this program, it's just outstanding to work with y'all. Y'all make it easy to tell your story.
Right.
And that's what we have to do is frame this narrative, because so many times, we're counting on other people to tell our story. And when they do tell it, they tell it wrong. Now we have systems in place with your leadership. We can tell our own stories. So, brother, man, hats off to you for the work that you're doing with this university, with President Hudson, all the coaches. Man, just so wonderful to have this many people in the city. Tomorrow, this camp was scheduled for tomorrow, and it's going to be pouring down tomorrow. Moved to Friday night. Look at this beautiful weather.
Right.
It is, man. What a great day to be a Tiger.
No doubt. Hey, you know what? It's always a great day to be a Tiger now. Always. The first thing I do, I wake up in the morning. I thank the God for waking me up. But I look in the mirror and say, what can I do to make Jackson State University better?
Amen.
And that's what it's all about. You have to look at yourself first, and put some things in place to make sure you can help and support your coaches and your student athletes to be successful. And that's what it's all about for me. It's not about me. It's about them coaches. It's about those student athletes. It's about them passionate alums. To make sure that we're doing what we're supposed to do to make sure Jackson State is in a national light, always a positive light. And my goal is, which has been good since 2018, is when you turn that TV on, I want to see Jackson State University. When you turn that radio on, I want to hear Jackson State University. And when you turn that computer on, I want to see that Jackson State block logo. And that's what it's all about, that exposure and that marketing piece, to make sure that we're doing what we're supposed to do to put Jackson State name out there in a positive light. And I tell people all the time, it's all about perception. It can be done at HBCU. We've seen it, and it can be done. And we're going to show people definitely that we're going to make this happen. We're going to continue to grow with the support of our alumni. And I want to say this while I have the audience have opportunity. I want to thank my alumni. It's all about the alumni, and it's all about communicating and talking to them and let them know what you're exactly trying to do and listening. Sometimes I sit and I just listen to my alums and say, hey, this is what I like and this is what I don't like. But it's all about you. It's all about the alumni here that's paved the way for people like myself to continue to be here at Jackson State. And I want to tell people I'm happy to be the Vice President, Director of Athletics at the Jackson State University.
Hey, man, we can't wrap that up no better than that. We can't. We're gonna go to our final break. This was Vice President, Athletic Director, Jackson State University. Ashley Robinson, man, glad to have you on the pregame show, man. Thanks for stepping away from the camp. Coach Prime scheduled the DBs last. That's probably no coincidence. So
right.
They're still out there now. So we're gonna let you get back to it, man. But we appreciate you stopping by the show and sharing with the fans and the alumni base out there, because you got an open door policy, man.
And thanks for having me. And I appreciate what you all do. Really, really big, getting the message out there. No other people to tell the story like Jackson State alumni. And I appreciate the pregame show. And then whatever the pregame show needs from Jackson State University, Jackson State Athletics, give me a call, give my staff a call, and we're going to make it happen. So,
my man,
appreciate you all, and go Tigers.
Go Tigers. We'll be right back with our last segment, wrapping up from Coach Prime's camp in Jackson, Mississippi, live from the vet.
Follow the Black